Hello. If we look at the solar system from the outside, we see a well-coordinated system. But there is one place, between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter. This place is chaos. There are hundreds of thousands of space bodies, flying in different directions. Sometimes they collide, creating thousands of fragments. The composition of this sector is constantly changing, and we cannot predict what it will look like in the future. Of course, we are talking about the main asteroid belt. It is one of the most unstable regions of our solar system. The history of the beginning of the study of the asteroid belt by astronomers can be considered the discovery of a relationship that roughly describes the distance of the planets from the Sun. The essence of the formula is that the ordinal distance of the planets from the Sun increases exponentially. It was first published by the German physicist and mathematician Johannes Titius in 1766. This formula was used to discover Uranus in 1781. According to Titius' formula, there should have been another planet between Mars and Jupiter. Astronomers had been looking for this hypothetical object for a long time, until on January 1, 1801, the Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazza discovered the dwarf planet Ceres. Its diameter was about 946 kilometers. Later, within a few years, astronomers discovered 3 more objects. They were named Pallas, Vesta, and Juno. All these objects moved in the same orbit, about 2.8 astronomical units from the Sun. After that, the discovery of new objects in this area stopped for almost 100 years. Already in 1891, the German scientist Max Wolf, using the method of astrophotography, managed to discover 248 new asteroids. After that, the discovery of new objects came one after another. Today, the asteroid belt, according to scientists, has about 1.7 million objects. Of these, we can observe only 100,000. The total mass of the main belt is about 4% of the mass of the Moon. More than half of the mass is concentrated in the 4 largest objects: Ceres, Pallas, Vesta, and Hygiea. But most asteroids, which number several million, are much smaller, up to a few tens of meters. At the same time, asteroids are so widely dispersed in this area of outer space that no spacecraft that has flown through it has been damaged. In addition to asteroids, this area is filled with a large amount of space dust, slowly moving in a spiral. Tiny particles scatter the rays of the Sun, creating a very faint matte glow. And in the equatorial regions of the Earth, it can even be seen with the naked eye. The asteroid belt has no clear boundary. Most of the objects that are part of it are located in the range from 2.06 to 3.27 astronomical units from the Sun. These boundaries are determined by the tidal influence of Jupiter and are called Kirkwood gaps. Any celestial bodies that fall into these zones experience the strong gravitational influence of the massive gas giant. Therefore, the density of space objects in these areas is much lower than outside them. Kirkwood slits are found not only on the boundaries of the belt, but also inside it. By astronomical standards, collisions between asteroids occur very often in the main belt. For example, collisions between large asteroids of about 10 kilometers in radius occur once every 10 million years. When they collide, they are crushed into separate fragments. This can lead to the creation of new families of asteroids. But if asteroids approach at a relatively low speed, they can merge into one large new object. This process led to the creation of planets 4 billion years ago. Sometimes asteroid fragments can fly out of the belt and on the way to meet our planet and fall on it in the form of meteorites. It is possible that the main belt comets were the source of the oceans on Earth, since many objects in the asteroid belt contain water ice. In the outer part of the main belt, you can see the largest object in this area, Ceres. For some time, it was considered a planet, later an asteroid. But in the end, it was awarded the title of a dwarf planet. This is because, unlike other objects in the asteroid belt, Ceres has a rounded shape. It is believed that this celestial body consists of a rocky core, wrapped in a mantle of water ice, about 100 kilometers thick. Thus, water ice occupies up to half the volume of the dwarf planet, or 30% of its mass, despite their size. Asteroids are important from both a scientific and practical point of view. Some objects in the main belt are real treasures that have survived from the early stages of the solar system's formation. Their study will allow us to better understand the processes of formation of planets and other celestial bodies. And in the future, asteroids are likely to become a source of resources for space exploration. But it is not yet known how soon this time will come, but every rocket launch brings the space age a little closer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more interesting information about space and astronomy, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like this video, so we know you appreciate our content. Also, leave a comment with your thoughts and questions. Thank you for watching, join us, and see you soon in the depths of space.